can't really. Okay, there we go. There's some light. All right. What the fuck up? No one's in, so what the fuck? Oh, somebody's in now. What the fuck up? I'm going to talk about like why God would make us in His image, and if He did make us in His image, why does motherfucker have an asshole? Why does he even have a dick? If He's God, why would He have an image that portrays somebody that was like us? It makes no sense. Kind of reasons why I became an atheist, I guess. If you've made it to if you're something that big, why would you even have an image where you have to pee and shit? Why would you even have something like that? It makes no sense, because you're probably in whatever you want to do, you can make it happen, everything. Why would you even fucking have an anus or a fucking dick to piss? Makes no sense. That tastes good. I don't get it. Why would someone try to make you think that God had to make us from His image, but if He's God, He wouldn't be living in a situation where He had to shit and piss? Probably not. I'm guessing that God's don't shit and piss, okay? So that would make no sense why something as powerful as God would shit or piss, or for that matter, even look like anything like a human. And then, of course, you got people, oh, how are you? Who are you to say what His image? Maybe He started out like all of us and just evoluted to God. Huh? No, shut the fuck up. Shit's stupid. What? If He made us like in His image, then it was an inside joke. And I always repeat this, for an anus and a fucking dick, because there's no point in a God having any of that. Matter of fact, I don't think a God would take the form of an image that was as primitive as something that has to piss and shit. All right, so that's bullshit. Why do I say that? Is because once if you're at some level where you're creating a whole environment, why would you fucking look anything like the shit you're creating? That, I don't know, it just makes no sense. It's kind of like a dog and pony show. Straight up. So that's what that's all about. I can see it now going, if it did exist, heaven, you're like all in heaven, hanging out going, man, when do we get to be seen by God or whatnot? And everybody's just talking amongst themselves. I don't know. Apparently he has 3 bowel movements a day, so we might be waiting here for a while, but depending on what part of the day it is for him, Yeah. No, I'm just kidding, but I don't get it. Why God would have to look anything like us if He was God? So, summarization. He didn't, right? And if He did, it was in maybe it makes no sense, first of all, for God to be in anything looking like flesh and blood. It makes no sense. Because God, why would God have flesh and blood to begin with? It wouldn't make any fucking sense. God, you don't want flesh and blood. You just want whatever. You can pick and choose. You don't have to have flesh and blood. And besides, you don't even have to have a visual. You don't even have to have anything. You can stay invisible. You don't have, if you're God, you don't have to be anything in particular. And you wouldn't, more than likely. Now, if you were a bored one, like, I don't know, something out of the Twilight Zone or something, and you're fucking bored of being God, maybe you would create a body for yourself that looked like, I don't know, something that maybe you created a long time ago or something, and you kind of have homesickness for those fucking beings? Maybe. But not likely. No, if you're God, you're not going to need a dick and asshole, plain and simple. So he didn't make us in his image. That shit's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. You can use common everyday logic to know that if you're as powerful as somebody who creates universes, whatnot, you're not gonna fucking need a dick and an asshole. It's that fucking simple. I'll just keep repeating it until you fucking get it wedged into your goddamn brain, whoever you are. If you don't want to talk, that is. Till somebody else comes in, then I'll change the topic or something. I don't know. I bet you're wondering what that is. Well, maybe you already know what it is. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. But yeah, you know, it just gets on my nerves, you know. And plus, when and supposedly in the Bible, the phrase was, "We'll create him in our image." That was the phrase, which would make me lend. I feel like it lends credence to the wavelength up here that will make them in our image, so you know they can procreate, or I don't know, maybe they're just a higher level being human, and they said, well, we're gonna, you know, they came down, they said, look, I'm just forget about the Jesus thing because it probably took place, but it was this to simplify it. We look like you, we created you, but you have to live down here. We live up there. That's our kingdom up there. You know, to them, where they were relaying this to the population, of course, it got mixed up in translation and they assumed they were gods. But the original humans that came down here, they explained to them, no, we're not gods. They explained it all to them. But over time, people decided to think of them as gods again. So that's exactly what happened. It really didn't get lost in translation. It was just chosen to believe of these creatures as gods. Now, of course, you only hear about the Jesus one in reference to the past. You only hear about the Jesus. Well, you hear about a couple other interesting people, and then you hear about the supposed prophets, but it's all mucked up. Okay, it's all fucking mucked up. Right? The truth of the matter is, these are space beings. You know, they're human. They look like us, but they're also being, you know, towed around by others that tell them what they can and can't do in relation to us. So they're caught in between it all. And of course, we're probably only here just, you know, just to serve a generalized purpose for others, not ourselves. So whenever we think that we're free, we're not. We're in more or less prison. We're in prison here. If we were trying to escape the solar system, we'd probably get killed. Just not by an accident, but maybe they'd make it look like an accident. Like, hey, you guys aren't allowed to learn the shit we know. If you were to gain any knowledge about how we are doing things, then you're going to become a problem for us real quick because you're not set up or designed or amped up like we are. And you're not designed to go through space. You'd have to have special stuff to work out of that would prevent any kind of mishaps, and that would probably mean a subdimension. And to do that, you need us. They would probably tell you right away, you need a subdimension, a safe zone to work. You cannot be in that area and try to escape the solar system, you'll die. They're probably like, you know, even if we let you go, you would die. It'd be like letting a bunch of dogs go on top of a mesa with cliffs on all edges. The dogs are not going to live. They're going to fucking eventually end up falling off the cliff and search for water, or they're going to fucking die right there on top of the mesa. So the other day I had 5 motherfuckers in here, and it's pretty steady. Like, I don't know, because I only got 45 subscribers. So it was like pretty steady. Maybe it was a little past halfway. And just stuck like glue. It was awesome. You know, it gives me a more incentive to talk. If there's just one in here, I'll just do the best I can, and at least it'll still make a video at the end of the day. But yeah, I think a lot of the things that we know in history stuff, it's been mucked up. It's been fucked up and mucked up. And a lot of people will just say, well, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. And because they get all upset because they've been spending their whole life getting brainwashed into this religious shit. And, or if it need be, a political direction sometimes. And they're so fucking mucked up. It's either, now I admit I fucking am voting for Trump and stuff, and I'm in that direction. Most of the time I'll point towards a conservative or Republican, and I doubt I'll ever vote for a liberal or Democrat. Just the way they act makes them sound like totally unattractive to me. And, basically they're kissing the underside balls of, every black person out there without having to have them live in the same fucking neighborhood. You got these Democrats that are cutting all these rules. All these blacks are going, okay, because we want, I got to have this, I got to have that, I got to have my shit, my money, food stamps if I'm not selling drink, whatever it is they're doing, and they make it worse by not letting them move in their gated community, okay? And it's 11, I said 11, it was 11 seconds, 11 minutes and 11 seconds as soon as I fucking made that point. But anyway, yeah, it's like, I feel really bad. I actually feel bad that, because they're not, these are the kind of people that wouldn't even let you live in their fucking neighborhood, yet they're sitting there bantering all about fucking racism and shit. I guarantee you try to move into their neighborhood and watch what happens. You better have the money too if you're going to try. So if you're black and you try to move into next to Nancy Pelosi, man, you better have connections up the asshole, And if you want to live near Nancy Pelosi, you better fucking do her leaves or something, and fucking kiss her asshole. Okay, I mentioned asshole again. Just fucking kiss her asshole. Just remember, you're not going to ever be able to move some of these people that are cutting all those rules for you. Oh, yeah, make sure they get their food stamps, get the free Medicare whenever possible, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, motherfucker, do you think you'll ever live near someone like that? Hell no. They live in a fucking guaranteed, pristine, white motherfucking community. Jewish, primo, white, whatever. You take your pick. Some whites are infatuated with Jewish people because they're fucking make a lot of money, like Arab oil people or something. But the truth is, they're criminals. The Jewish mob are some of the biggest fucking criminals on the planet. So it doesn't mean I hate Jewish people, but by proxy, their fucking mob are the pricks. They're the ones who don't even have to commit violence because they steal so much. Nobody wants to fuck with them because they might get stolen from. I mean, you don't just see little crimes like extortion. They'll fucking steal from our entire country. And I do believe that's happened because, you look at the way the money has been produced, kind of like printed willy-nilly without really being money at that point because we're already in debt. So that they're doing what they want. They're saying, well, we run all your money in currency, so we might as well just steal. I don't know. Fuck, let's make it $21 billion real quick. Let's steal that. No, oh, by the way, knock them buildings down because we don't want any evidence, paper trails. So I guess they do violence, but they do it in a different way. It's like, oh, yeah, well, we're not going to just shoot a bunch of dudes sitting on a street corner somewhere like the Italian mob. We'll just fucking take this whole building down, try to make it minimal casualties as possible. They'll do it in the morning. All right. Yeah, there we go. And when I say them, they're the people who are running the affairs, a lot of it, of the world. They are kind of like part of the cabal, and they are Jewish, a lot of them. So it doesn't mean I fucking, like I said, I'm not a hater of Jewish people. I got Jewish neighbors that give me weed all day long. I mean, they're friendly people, man. It's the fucking ones that run the affairs that are the biggest criminals. Hey, what's up? God, the good one, man. I can't believe you're in here, dude. I just saw your chat. I'm sorry if I fucking sound like I'm on a little bit of a crucifying rant, but I saw you subbed to me a while back, and I was like, I don't know. I subbed to you on another channel a while back, and I did some stuff, and I'm glad to see you're here. You didn't have to come in, man. You got like a cool little YouTube channel, and I go to it. I used to go to it more often than not, just to see what was going on, and just to see if you actually do help stimulate people in the world of YouTube, because that's what your deal is. And of course, that mask you wear, it's kind of fucking hilarious. But it's such a sarcastic, almost it's beyond sarcastic. But I won't go into detail on that. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but I like your mask. Yeah. Hey, I hope you didn't ever get offended. Sometimes I talk a little trash about UK. You know, that's it. It's not like I hate UK people. I'm a firm believer in the Beatles when I was growing up, and I like the Beatles. So that's about it. You know, from music wise anyway. And I know you're a guitarist, so and I guarantee, you know, there's no way you didn't like the Beatles. Well, you're not as old as I am, but and what's your name, by the way? Your real name? God, this fucking thing. I can't even believe you come into my channel while I'm sitting there smoking pot with all those people that come on your channel that are probably pretty sterile YouTubers. They're not gonna. They probably look at you looking at this and they go, "Can you believe you went to that guy's channel?" Oh, right on. That's cool. Actually, I I don't know if I can say that for myself, but I try not to get offended by things all the time. I mean, I actually work hard at it. But like some things I just can't, you know, and I guess I do have a little bit of that Irish in me. I don't know. You're English or Irish or Scottish or one of those two, because I remember you got like a little bit of a Scottish, I think, or something. There's something going on with your accent. There is something going on with his accent. I'm not sure. You're not a full accent from the UK. You're like Irish or Scottish. I'm not sure. You know, I can't tell. English, okay, but you got a unusual accent for English. It sounds like you've lived around a lot of Northerners. Um, does that make any sense? I don't know. But yeah, I actually every time I go to your channel, your accent's different than a lot of. I guess it may depend on where you are and where you grow up at, obviously. But so yeah, I think you know, I think that you know, it's not like I hate fucking different creeds of people. I get along with everyone. Yorkshire, real England, where English was invented. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Yorkshire, yeah. How many times have I heard Yorkshire used? It's like one of the most popular cities outside of London. Yorkshire is in London. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got to figure this out. It's not in London, right? Hey, yeah, we do. But, you know, I've had South Africans that spoke Afrikaner, which is not English, but they were trying to tell me my English, all English over here sucks in America. You know what? I actually had to agree with them. I'm like, yeah, we got shitloads of slang and all kinds of stuff that would make any English person kind of uncomfortable trying to talk to us, because yeah, we will tear English a new asshole from time to time. Yorkshire is a country. Come on, man. I'm not. That's, you know, there's no other country. It is fucking. It's either the UK or. That's funny. I gotta go and look at my maps now. But I know Yorkshire is just a town, a city in England amongst the boroughs. Hold on, Five. Don't get anxiety. He gets anxiety. My dog gets anxiety because I'm talking. Because I'm talking. That's it. Um, yeah, Yorkshire. It's just it's a very it's. I think Yorkshire, isn't that the one with the big university? We'll find out in a second. Oh, Yorkshire, UK. Thank you. Yeah, you're north, man. Yeah, that's exactly why maybe you got a little bit of accents from the northern area. West Yorkshire, Yorkshire Dales. A lot of Yorkshires going on. North Yorkshire. North Yorkshire looks like East Yorkshire, though. I mean, I don't know why they're calling it. I guess because it's a little north. But yeah, you can't fool me, man. I grew up, I was born in '64. I don't know what I'm going to call you for a short, God, the good one, like a state, but in the. Okay, so you're saying that Yorkshire is a provincial state within England. I need to learn a little more about that. I ain't gonna lie. Because it's such a small country. I mean, I guess obviously, like, yeah, okay, I got you. All right. So let's see what the boundary of Yorkshire is. Boundary of Yorkshire, England. Huh, it didn't show me the boundary. Or did it? I don't know what the hell. Look at this. It's showing two boundaries, though. What is this all about? I was just trying to get the boundary of the state of Yorkshire, but it actually does have boundaries. The fuck are those? Okay, God. Cool. Thanks, man. You can call me Tony. I don't know. Well, let's see. Oh, I know what to say. State of Yorkshire, England. Huh. Well, it doesn't show a boundary, so are you pulling my leg? I mean, yeah, it does show boundary things, but I don't know what those mean. Huh. Doncaster District. What is that? But like over here, we got boundaries around our counties, is what we call them. So let's see. Let's try County of Yorkshire. Yorkshire County, UK. If I get out of it. Huh. Okay, so, okay, it is showing a boundary. Okay, we got it now. We got it now. It's not real hard, it's easy to see, but it's kind of maroon colored. My phone's all cracked. But yeah. Okay, cool. Now I got a little educated. Of course, I knew there were states within the UK. I mean, who doesn't know that? I mean, but it's just such a small country. No one really pays much attention to it. Thanks for coming in, God. Yeah, there are. Well, I will say this: if you're still in here, God, if I ever went to England, I think the first place I would probably go would just be to see what it's like in London. I don't know. So it's so big now. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever. Hey, quiet. Want to go out and just eat cheese and crackers and look at Stonehenge, but I might go to London. Thanks, I appreciate that, God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so is the people. If you talk to somebody from New York, they say the same thing, but people go to it all day long. To the areas where tourism is most prevalent, obviously. But yeah, we're all kind of like shitholes. When you get a big city going on, it's hard to maintain them. There's only so much maintenance you're able to keep up to, and within the codes and the environment and the money and with no real businesses being shut off because of COVID. I mean, what do you think's going to happen to these people? Places are going to get even shittier. It's almost like an automatic recipe for Detroit in America. It's going to be bad all the way around, man. Yeah, yeah, New York, and of course, you go anywhere in America, even if it looks nice, you could get robbed, killed. I mean, it is dangerous here. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of inherent dangers coming to America. You come to America, and the more likely you're gonna, you're just gonna go to whatever seems reasonably cost and effective, and but you're not gonna know where the safe places are necessarily, because you could be out in a rural area and get Yeah, Madrid. Yeah, Madrid would be lovely. I just saw Portugal, some scenes from Portugal. Now, Portugal looks kind of like a shithole, uh, but it's got a lot of history to it. And I don't know, you guys don't like Spaniards. So, I mean, yeah, you don't like Spaniards, right, over in England, but you like Portuguese. I don't know. How's that work? I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that. No, Portuguese and Spanish are, wait a minute, I'm confused. Portugal, okay. Well, I thought you guys used to have conflict in the past. That's all. It's not like recent, but in the past you didn't like Spain. You only in modern days were able to even build your goddamn tunnel over there. They were giving you a hard time about that. Yeah, my brother went to Paris, France, and they went along the tourist, but yeah, it's pretty much out of control. Police only can do so much in a country like that, in a city like that, especially Paris, France. There's only so much you can do when you got nothing but Muslims just infiltrated a while back, and you got Sharia law over there and stuff. I wouldn't want to go have to walk like, oh, I got to go point A, point B, but now I got to go through the Muslim area. That would suck. We got one in. Yeah, London's got a definite history with that. Um, they are, it's strange too because they're not always the best strategies, but definitely, yeah, yeah. It's an oxymoron. I mean, like when I was growing up, I was like, wait a minute. Every time my teacher kept telling me Columbus discovered America, I was like, wait a minute, the Indians were here. This is an oxymoron. You're ruining my day. I have to leave class. I got me upset. I was like, go kick rocks. I don't even want to remember stupid shit like that. It's like, yeah, Columbus discovered America with others, is how it should be put. He discovered it from the UK, and it had others. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what though? A lot of it comes from your bureaucracy. The kings and queens, and just like here in any country, actually, you get that deceptive thing, and it pushes everybody to do things that they shouldn't. Yeah, I know. Well, the Brits have got a lot for being so small. I mean, they've got, and then the Falkland Islands. I don't even know how that got resolved. I'm not going to lie, because at the time I was doing a lot of drugs. But when the Falkland Islands War came, I don't even know what the fuck went down. All I know is all of a sudden it was no more war there. But supposedly the Falkland Islands have some secrets that are covert, and they don't want to let the cat out of the bag on that because supposedly, yeah, well, you guys have, and I ain't gonna lie, but you got to remember this. You got to remember this, God. While you were doing all that, guess what China did years before you? All that, except for, I think they were more or less around a spice route and stuff. They didn't just start claiming territories. And the emperor at the time, which I forget his name, had ships 5 times bigger than a Mayflower. So, even though you guys had the shipping thing, kind of were ruling the shipping industry and so forth, and so forth. The China was already coming to America before Columbus on the West Coast. They don't want you to know that they had a bunch of white people living in China at the time, because if you look into it, and they called them red-haired apes. That's what they called us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even. Actually, I'm surprised that Romans didn't discover you earlier. I mean, but anyway, they were pushed over there probably by the Persians at the time. So, I mean, they really had no option. Oh my God. And anyway, there's a bunch of escaped Nazis that have space stuff now. That's what a lot of people are saying, that the Nazis are the ones in the UFOs now. Some people are trying to make the case that it's Nazis did make it to that crescendo point, and they actually, some of them escaped not to Argentina, but they fuck or whatever, or Brazil. They escaped to actually fucking a higher tech location, and now they got their own space shit. Some people even say that the people that are running our space program are actually German Nazis. I don't know, man. Being discovered is shit. Hey, if I got discovered, that mean I'd have more people in chat. There's only 2 in here the whole time. I appreciate it though. Man, this lighter. All right. Hey, God, if you got something to do or something, hey, I got to split for a second. I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Thanks. I'll be back. I'm not shutting my stream off for nothing. I just have to go do something. Come on, friend. Where do I even walk through there? Yeah, walk through here. All right, so probably lost guy. Okay, anyway, because he didn't even have to come in, but it was cool that he did. I don't even know how many. It doesn't really matter, but I mean, some people like Shai, Shiey, Shiey. Last time I saw his subs, he was only just above 500,000, and now he's above 1,000,000. It's like 1,000,002 subs. And that guy's, I don't know if he's from one of those Eastern Bloc countries, but he sounds like his accent is an interesting accent because I can't tell that it's that strong of an accent. So it's like, where's he even from? Because he almost sounds like he could be American. Shai doesn't have an accent to speak of. It's very strange. And he's from one of those Eastern European countries. Sorry, my hair is very bothering me. But anyway, I don't know how the fuck he speaks such good, almost Americanized sounding English. He's doing music now. He's all right. I mean, Shai's cool because he takes some chances. He's a young person. He can't be much more than 25 years old or something. And he's already got 1,000,002 subscribers. Do you know who it is? If you're here, God, do you know who that fucking is? Shai. Uh-oh, maybe God took a dislike to Shai. Oh, come on, where's the lighter I just had? Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Shai, he's got so many goddamn subs, I don't even know what the fuck happened. But I think just everyone promoted him. And he promotes himself. Some people know how to do that a lot. I don't want to do that a lot, promoting my channel. Just doesn't seem to work unless you're just doing so many goddamn different things. And really, that would probably take a full day of Instagram, Twitter, whatever the fuck you're doing, trying to Facebook. I can't stand all that shit. No, I cannot deal with that. But hey, at least God came in. God's got subs, and that's always good. Because I don't like to get people all the time that just have no channel or they don't do anything anymore. I was talking to this one longboarder. He hasn't done any videos in 2 years. And it's like, dude, man, your channel's open. Please do more videos. I don't know. He's an old longboarder, but he's a religious one. So he probably gets offended by me, whatever I say. There's no way I can be comforting to somebody who's a believer in God or something like that. That's just in a social environment, it's not going to happen. Oh, okay. God, it's a little bit hot out here. Man, I should turn a fan towards me. What's that for? Can I get a fan? Can I get a fan? Move back. I want to get the fan, but you gotta get up there. Get up there. Move it, buddy. Thank you. Move it and move it, buddy. And don't knock my fan over again, which you probably will do. So my dog knocks my fan over all the time. There's too many lights on or what? What's going on here? Yeah, I had lights on in the daytime. It doesn't make any sense. Let's turn this one off too. Yeah, if I have too many lights on at daytime, it'll fucking cast weird shadows on me and shit that I don't like. Light shadows. Well, anyway, it was good of God to come in and talk, and he does have a channel that promotes people. So if you're interested in going to God, he'll try to promote your channel and help you get more subs, and that's what he does. God, the good one. And he not always is going to be, probably like any channel, he's not going to always be on tap to someone that's trying to get the attention, but eventually he'll get to you, I think is his motto or something like that. Maybe it's not his motto, but I think that's how he operates. So like if you're trying to get subs and you got content, you might want to sub God the Good One so that you can try to get more subs. It didn't work for me, but cheers. I tried it on my other channel and I was like ignored by him, but it's all good. Hey, he's in here today, so it's all good. You know, I've forgive and forget, right? Plus, I don't get offended like that. Unless it's personal, like, you know, somebody says something like your channel sucks or something. Well, then, yeah, I'm going to fucking be pissed. But no, not until then, that time. I don't get pissed unless someone's directly being a prick to me. Then I get pissed. Like if they're doing stuff that's kind of like, they're busy subbing or paying attention to everything else, and I have no hate towards anyone like that. It's if you're busy, but I ain't gonna lie, this chick I know, she always says she's busy, and I'm like, what the fuck are you managing to stay busy doing other than fucking your boyfriend when you're at home? And it's like, because he's not always at her house, and she has to like meet him or some shit. And I'm like, you know, she's either gardening or she's fucking around her house. You know what, though? I can't tell her what she's not busy or not. So I just tell her, you know, it's kind of convoluted, but I just don't get upset over it because people make up shit to do and then they get busy from it, even if it's not really super important shit sometimes. It could just be super mundane. Oh, I wonder if my video ever loaded. I have a video here of my shit. Let's see if it loaded. I just want to see if my video loaded. I did a regular video, not a live stream thing, just a regular video. And I just want to see if it loaded because it was taking a while. Oh, yeah, it's here. Oh, no, that's my live stream. There it is. The milk jugs are to make bears make noises when they hit those milk jugs, and my dog gets alerted.
This is real time now. You got to realize these blooms just bloom. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks since they, or maybe 2 weeks and a half since they started to bloom. Bees are loving it.
I don't know why my fucking phone didn't like focus on that shit.
Just going here. I mean, look at how I let it grow over my driveway. It just offers so much extra privacy. Of course, I got all these trees. And I got about 8 different varieties of trees, probably, or more. I don't know. In my yard. That's a natural tree from this area. This isn't, I don't think, but it does well when it's bloom. Those are really net. The blooms are really cool in its bloom. This is just starting to, dry up a little, but the leaves are still intact. Nothing's fallen yet. And these trees here, which I'll be honest, man, these trees are cool. I mean, look at how tall that tree is right there. It's not even a pine tree. It goes higher than it even looks. And then got bushes. I got these bushes. These bushes right here. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Just, it offers extra cover and shit. I'm like, that's real cool. tree here is really nice. All these sprouts are going to end up trees. Some of them don't die. But if you look, you can see how this guy's property is just desert looking compared to mine, which is all grass. All grass. Well, not all of it, but a good portion of it. And I just got that strung up. It's like a little biosphere down there. I'm not kidding you. And for the West Coast, this is really green. You gotta remember, those leaves are from last winter. Everything here is green. And it looks good. This trees here, looks good right there. I needed to water a little extra before winter. I don't want it to have any stress when it recovers from winter. Just make sure it's nice and watered. These blooms are cool how they hang like a weeping willow, almost touching the ground there on that one. Just looks really cool. Looks really fucking cool. Yeah, this is a major mountain. Well, not a major one. The other side over there is. This one here is pretty good. Big old hill. It takes forever. I've never been to the top. Let's just put it that way. That's how big it is. Big enough. Oops. Okay. So anyway, maybe that was boring to people, but it's my house and I'm proud of it. So that. Oops. This is not a normal pine out here, but I guess they grow out here. And it's really green. This stuff here, it's kind of got the two-dimensional kind of fronds on it. But it's a conifer of some kind. Oops. Sorry about that. Not that it matters. I'm just trying to fucking I'm trying to get my better mic over here because that better mic is better than this computer's mic. The computer mic. And we got this. This is natural to the area. I think, or is it? No, maybe not. I don't know. This particular pine tree. Here, these are my signs. And we get these things, these prickly leaf things. We got some growing over here too. Just sprouting up all over the place, right under a tree. But and there's a pine tree in there growing through all the trees. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And this is more like a Christmas tree right there. Look at it. It's like a Christmas tree. And then we get these hedges are just really growing closer to the road, and that's what I wanted. Wanted them to grow closer to the road, look more, and they hide my entire fucking house. You look at this. And you can't, from a distance, I mean, somebody driving by here wouldn't even know, because all you see is that roof, and then over there you see my second story. But these Western, I don't know what they are, sage or whatever these things are, they're huge. So I hated them at first, but they bloom, so they look all right. I keep them for that reason. This tree, all these pine trees, some of these pine trees will grow. This one's grown twice the size. That one's growing out of a bush. As you can see, that bush goes all the way down. Hi, boo-boo. And then this bush here is really nice. I don't know what it is, but it's fucking always looking green and healthy, even if you don't water it. But it's got some, yellowing going on, just normal dying tissues on the thing. And then I need to get these windows painted. Really upset no one's painted these windows yet. And there needs to be some work done on them, and it just hasn't been done. But I was going to do it, and I just didn't want to. Somebody else was supposed to, and they never came by. So I got my fence a little bit rigged here because bears. I got this stuff. It's a little extra inconvenient for a bear or my dog to get up out of there. He can get up pretty high over here, though, and he scares the bears away over here. They come up here and walk in this crap.
they're tempted to try to climb over right here. And they need to not get tempted about trying to climb over right here. Make that a little more stiff. And this video is almost over. And this got torn by a bear. So I'm going to have to get this all settled. This whole thing got torn up, I think, by a bear trying to get in. He was like, I don't know. Just seems like he got too torn for a normal situation. And these rocks, as you see here, these look almost like they've been there to shore up my house, you know. And they very well could, but I doubt it. A lot of this stuff is shale, because we live in a mountain. As you can see, whenever the moles dig up out of my staircase here, you can see what comes up, rocks. And see, all this grass is mine. And these moles, you know, it kind of gets them frustrated when there's so many roots, they can't even dig their tunnels. But they still try, and they still do. This stuff goes all over the place. I don't know what that is, but it goes all over the place out here. Those fucking whatever they are, gophers, they fucking dig through the roots, and the roots are nothing compared to the rocks they have to dig through. Just checking my comments, if you don't mind. On something else. Anyway, so I'm a little bit tired. I went over to my friend's house when I walked off the screen while I was talking to God, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I had to get my other lighter I left over there because I left my good lighter over there. So that's why I went over there, and he was fucking his girlfriend, so I couldn't get my lighter. But what I did get, when I went over there, I could hear him humping in there. So I said, well, I knocked already before I even heard it, but then I started hearing it, and then I just exited, and I found a lighter over here, luckily. They were over there fucking. It's kind of awkward when you go to somebody's door and you're hearing them fucking. You know, you're wondering if he's pumping anus or what. So let's see what I was gonna. Oh yeah, I was talking. Well, I already covered the topic of God, anus, and all that shit. Yeah, I was just saying, God, you know, why would God make us on their image, not his image? Remember that he said in our image. That's what he said, in our image. So that probably means that homeboy had a motherfucking anus. Now, why would God have a fucking anus? Because he's not God. Okay, we're not talking about this God. This is God, the good one. He's not the real God. Okay. So, I don't know. I used to be actually who even cares what I believe about does God exist or not? I was an agnostic, and then I was an atheist. I started out a believer in God. I used to tell atheist friends of mine that believe in God, all right, what can it hurt? At least maybe you might save yourself from some major issues if you just believe in God. But then, you know, after time went by, I started realizing that this is just a big fucking smoke and mirrors. You know, shyster, shyster the populations, make them think this, that, and the other, and they'll be more compliant, stuff like that. You know, they'll be easier to sell products to. We'll sell lots of KY, and you know, things will be cherry, so to speak.
I was trying to inspire somebody, but people are hard to talk to over the internet. I was trying to inspire somebody to just be a better musician, and who knows, maybe they're even subbed God the Good One here. I don't know. I had never checked God the Good One's subs, but he's from UK and he makes music. I really wish I forget what's his name. What's his name? I forget. But anyway, he just needs to improve the music side of whatever it is he's doing. Then his vocals will also improve naturally. That's what I was trying to tell him. But people these days, they really do not show the same respect of a mentor that when I was growing up, a mentor meant somebody that was actually did give a fuck whether or not you learned something or not. And they would try to help. And it doesn't seem like these days many people are into that. Now, the ones that are creative and can do shit, they will. Me personally, I'm not a musician right now to speak of, except for on my Music Maker Jam app. And I'm good at those loops, as good as I could probably get. I could probably get better if they had better loops, obviously. But the point is this, you just mastered your craft. For me, I've had people say, do vocals, do rap, do your shit, because then it would sound way better. And I agree with them. But when you're doing, apps from like loop mixes from Music Maker Jam, you're limited in the quality constructs that you can develop as well. If you're a good musician like I am, and I can play keyboards, drums, bass, whatever, and I can do it all manually. I don't need to play loops. So, and the bird is really pretty. I'm looking at a bird, guys, right now. It's interested in me. I think the bird it's beautiful blue jay like color, but it's smaller. It's not a blue jay, it's just a smaller bird, but it's just sitting there listening to me like it's interested in the full out whatever taking place up here. I mean, the bird, I you guys are gonna think I'm a little nutty here, maybe even schizophrenic, but there was a time where I had pigeons on the side of my building, and I recognized something interesting about the pigeons. They would, understandably, knowing full well that once in a while I threw bread out and stuff, they'd kind of walk by the window and look in to see what I was doing, to see, hey, are you going to throw food or not? And it's like, but every now and then I got this strange vibe from a pigeon that not only was it a pigeon that was possibly hungry for food, but it also had a camera in one of its eyes. So every time and of course pigeons, they look out only one side of their fucking head, right? So when the pigeon would walk, he'd only have that one eyeball fucking pointed towards me. And, I got this strange feeling that this pigeon is a pigeon, but there's somebody using the pigeon's system to stare and observe you. Now I know you're thinking, well, that was paranoia. Noel, you were probably on meth, yes, at the time. I was on some meth, and it was years ago, but I stopped at 28. I'm 56 now, but it definitely felt like, I was picking up on some interesting vibes, almost, and to this day, that's formed some of my belief systems, which is that, any creature, a deer, a fucking cow, a pig, they could also have those systems that are just like our AI. Now, the AI we have developed, mankind, we're trying to interface it so we can block out the other AI systems in our genetics. I think that's the whole operation is let's see if we can dissolve these extraterrestrials AI and mainframe for our use, or see if we can hack it. And that's what I think this inoculation is. It's somebody trying to hack somebody else's already installed AI system for monitoring us from afar, so they can tell what the fuck's up. And when they do have to make a visit, they'll do that too. They'll procure a visit for you. But in the meantime, they can stare through any animal eyes, just like it's a camera to an AI system that's installed in genetics. So I believe, when you're out and about, you see that little mysterious bird just staring at you. Remember that. It's not necessarily a weird bird. It's a normal bird, but it's being used to stare at you by somebody else, by something else. So anyway, thought I throw that in there. It's an old theory of mine. And, you know, especially at times in my life where it was likely it could have been investigated, is when those birds and shit would be on my fucking, you know, porch. And when I say likely, you know, I was involved in some criminal stuff when I was younger. I did things that I shouldn't have done, and I stole some money. Fucking, I did some things. I never held anyone gunpoint, never tried to hurt an individual. I did steal from big corporations. That was it. But in the meantime, sometimes I felt like somebody was like, "Hey, man, you know, let's use that bird that he thinks is just waiting for food to stare at him. Okay, yeah, key into that bird right there. He's right at the window right now. Swear to God." And who knows? It could be black ops that use that shit already, and probably already have. Maybe this AI system that we're currently worried about is the one they're going to try to install in. It's kind of an updated version of maybe some older tech that they had before we started speculating about AI systems. That's what I wonder about. So, like, they've already tested me. I know for a fact I went to the hospital and they tested me. You know, it's obviously it was a military contingent of some kind, and they tried to keep me shut, my mouth shut. And when I tried to tell my mom, "Hey, you motherfuckers rolled me in a room, put me to sleep," they denied it. So, I mean, it's like it's clear that that was obviously part of that whole thing to fucking you know to make sure that people are consistently monitored, studied, evaluated, and given fake technology in microform, like you know, nanotechnology or something like that. And that's probably why I bled pus and blood out of my belly button for fucking 4 or 5 years. Is because whatever they did to me, to get rid of, I don't think it was even to get rid of the pain in my stomach. I believe the pain in my stomach was set up that way so that they parents would rush me to the hospital on purpose. I know it sounds crazy, but because they had to do something and they needed me in the hospital to do it, instead of abducting me or something that would look pretty obvious, I think they just said, "Okay, we'll just do that so his stomach hurts 10 times worse, and he'll probably tell his parents to bring him to the hospital." So that's what they did. They brought me to the hospital, and they had it all planned. As soon as I got there, they gave me something. My stomach started feeling better immediately. But in the meantime, they brought me back into that fucking room. They did some procedure, but before they did it, they were putting me to sleep and wrapping an IV on me. While they were rolling me, they were doing a rolling IV. I swear to fucking God. And I was trying to protest it. I was trying to say, "Hey, man, you can't fucking just roll me anywhere. You got to tell me what's up." And they didn't even answer me. Not even one goddamn nurse answered me. So there you go. It's pretty much written in stone for me. You know, I mean, we also in St. Louis, the military industrial complex, if you will, sprayed toxins over to East St. Louis, and they did it all the time. And then when they got caught with their pants down about it, they just said, "Oh, well, it's you know, pretty innocuous. The substance isn't that dangerous." And they tried to play it off like that shit. No, look into that. They put it on buildings and let it blow over into East St. Louis across the river, and that shit was pure poison. The black community over there got thrashed by whatever they were doing, and you know, and that's just how it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, they fucking treat people the way they're going to, and you know how are you going to change it? You're just one fucking person. So, uh, anyway, so I mean, at the time I was a kid on top of it, so I couldn't do shit anyway. All I did was to try to explain to my mom that guy's a fucking liar. You know, he tried to tell you I was on a sedative. Hey, mom, get this. I already know what it's like to be on a sedative, and I still know what the fuck's up. Okay, I might be 9, but I know what a sedative is, bitch, and that don't make me hallucinate. All right. I was trying to explain to her, you know, the guy lied to you. He basically did a procedure. You could sue this place for medical malpractice. Even at 9, I knew that shit. And my mom just chose to act like I was making up a story, and I just fucking couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't win when I was younger, man. It didn't matter who the fuck it was. And then so if I ever did anything later on in life that was obscure, bad, or not that cool, or maybe even illegal, I fucking didn't care because no one ever seemed to give a fuck when I was telling the truth, you know. So it's that simple. Um, I was just talking about the things that I go through and how I deal with things. And then when I see liars, I am insulted. When I see liars that are easy to detect, in other words, you know for a fact you're not just having wool pulled over your eyes and you're gonna have to figure it out. You already know he's lying. You know from day one the fucker's lying. You got proof that he's lying or he or she is lying. Yet they fucking act like oh well, who's gonna believe the one person versus me? I'm a goddamn doctor. Your mom will fucking just leave and drive you away. I guarantee she won't start any shit. No, man, those guys scared the shit out of me. I call them military covert surgeons. They're fucking doing shit to people like aliens. They abduct and do experiments on people in the hospitals, and I think they still do it. Whenever they say they quit doing it, or they make the claim they no longer do stuff like that, I always look at it like bullshit. Bullshit. You're going to continue to fucking do it for it, for whatever gains that you see fit. So I think everybody in the world should recognize it's not about one country or the other. It's about some bunch of motherfuckers who think that they can just control you just because why? Because you have the freedom to go about your business every day? No, not necessarily if you're getting fucked with like that. Okay, that's not freedom. That's fucking, that's worse than communism and socialism. That's actually worse. And yet here we are in this country, the freest country in the world. Yeah, to get tested like Mengele. Come on over to America. Yeah, please come on over here. We'll fucking give you what you want. In the meantime, we got some people that want to take a look at you. Other than that, and we got some aerosols. Now, lately, I haven't seen aerosols. Now, it's not because, it's just, I don't know what's up. Since COVID, I guess maybe the planes, the jets aren't flying, but you got to remember this. That makes no sense because even the few jets that are flying, and there is still travel, there's no contrails. There's no long contrails. So that's proof. That is kind of like proof right there. There's something really big going on. That's it. There's something really big going on. It's even daunting to me trying to figure it out, because I recognize it as bullshit. When you got scenarios where you don't no longer seeing sky streaks or whatever you want to call them, chemtrails, you're not seeing them anymore after COVID. What the fuck is really going on? It's kind of like when you say to somebody, "Hey, what's really on your mind?" It's like, no, what is really going on is what you really want to ask. It's not fucking that basic. It's not that simple. It's yes, there's people that have other plans in between. They've already probably been coordinated to make money off this shit too, as well. Now, of course, a lot of put options. Who wouldn't during a time like this? So a lot of people put options in to make money, and that's another way they're fucking making money. Just bet on all the people that are going to lose, and so there you go. And they already know who the fuckers are going to make it and who's not going to make it. They know that probably uh, the restaurants to a certain degree will lose a lot. Probably a good, who knows how much. I mean, people don't even want to go to restaurants as much anymore because of this shit. Because restaurants will make you wear that fucking mask and everything's just irritating. It's like fucking having a hemorrhoid and then having broken walnut shells that have been freshly broken, super glued to your hemorrhoid, and then try to walk fucking 10 miles, It's like, no, dude. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. This stream is over.